Will coffee be on your test? Yeah, for sure. If there's not any other questions, we can move on soon. I need to kind of take a breather though. Also need to make sure that I didn't forget any safeties, because when I started playing this game, I didn't do any safeties, so yeah. But I recommend for a no reset run to definitely have those. Alrighty, so tutorial part 2. We're about to enter World 4. And World 4, you should by now have gotten used to using magic, so that is what we're going to be doing here. World 4, Mountain of Souls. Magic is going to be the most important component of this world, so make sure that you have gotten used to it by now. You want to move kind of like this, and then on top of these stairs, you want to position yourselves looking right, so you can slash at these bats. Okay, and then you just keep moving through this first screen right here. Now the second screen can be a little bit tricky. I'm gonna take damage going through everything right now. You don't need to do it this way. But what you can do, there's going to be snowballs there that you can kill. And you can attract them and let them die at these little rocks here. What I'm going to be doing though is I'm just gonna rush through everything, so if you're not comfortable doing it this way, I don't blame you. Okay, that's everything though. Again, what you can do, you can lure the snowballs against these things and just, like, you know, let them kill them. There's 4 bats here. If you have a magic shot, you want to use the magic shot. If not, make sure to kill them manually. And then these 4 chests will appear. You want to open this one for gems. We want to open this one for a medical herb. Since I still have mine out of World 3, it just gives you an automatic refill. If you don't have it, you get another one here. This chest is empty, so don't open it, and the left one here is probably the most important one. This is the magic armor, which not only is an armor upgrade, but it will also cut the gem usage for magic by half, so if I want to use light arrow whenever I have the magic armor equipped, it only costs 4 gems instead of 8. Which is huge. So now, before you go up the slope, you want to look to the right, again with the crab walking, and then go up here, move left of this bat, and then what you can do is take 1 step to the left, spawn the bats, take 1 step to the right, slash, and you will be able to kill it. Just make sure to wait a little bit before stepping right, because the bat will have invul frames. I can't talk. And then we can release this layer. Now World 4 will have a lot of layers that seem like, you know, they are not necessary to be released, but yeah, a lot of these things, like boys, grandpas and stuff, they will actually open up passageways, so we want to make sure to do that. Now, we want to move up here, take a little bit of damage from these things. You can actually shoot this Yeti preemptively if you want to, you don't need to. And then we're going to go through this ice. Now we're sliding on this one, so you just have to pretty much go into the directions that you want to go and then slide on. A little bit of safety here: if you're uncomfortable around these deers, they will activate as soon as you get close to them. But before that, you can actually already shoot them with magic. So if you're really uncomfortable with them, try to kill them ahead of time. What we want to do is we want to kill the mice and the yetis. Preferably what you want to do is kill the yetis first, because there's more of them. Save a little bit of time, be more efficient. And then seal both the layers you just released. That was fast. He's back, by the way. And this one will release a fairy, and actually for the first time ever we want to use this fairy to get back to the Mountain of Souls here. So place, go back and then go down here, because the boy we just released will give us the mushroom shoes, and they are a very, very important item. Now the mushroom shoes will enable us to walk over the ice we just slid over, so that will actually enable us to progress. Unfortunately, it also means we have to go all the way back up right here. So, yeah. Good fun. Make sure to keep moving up here. Again, if you're uncomfortable with snowballs, try to destroy them on rocks. Personally, I just take the damage and then move on. And now since I have the mushroom shoes equipped, I can just go down the slope and keep moving on. This is the only place you actually 100% need them. And after you're done here, you want to re-equip the power bracelet. Okay, so first things first, we want to go to the top right here. Don't forget about this lair, it's easy to forget about it. There's going to be slimes spawning here. We want to try to kill them with our sword instead of magic. These are one of the few enemies you actually want to try to dispose of with the sword in this world. This is a very important lair to release because it opens a passageway, so don't forget about this one. Now, as we're moving down, you see the vampires on the left here. I'm gonna demonstrate this one time, don't do this, but if you get close to these guys, they will teleport and you can't actually hit them with your sword. So what you want to do instead is you want to spawn them, stay away from them, and shoot magic at them in order to kill them. And it's as easy as that. So the top two layers were not important. This one, there's bats, and bats are really, really bad news. Ha! They are bad news! Get it? Oh god, dude. So bats will circle around you, and if you move up, you know, you can hit them like that. What you want to try and do is, if you ever hit a corner with your soul where the bat overlaps, you can try to shoot magic and one-shot them. There you go. So just 3 here. It's a bit more difficult than it looks, but you should try to shoot them. If you can kill them with one shot, I recommend you try to hit for the rest of HP. You kind of want to conserve gems a little bit, so make sure you do that. Also, as a safety, once you reach level 11, you can actually equip the critical sword from this point onwards and be able to swing it, so we should actually, for the purpose of this tutorial, do that at this point. Again, rude. There we go. Whenever your soul reaches the bottom right here, you can try to shoot the magic. And most of the time it will actually one-shot the bats. Alright, nice. Bit low on gems, but that's all we need to do right here. There's more vampires here, so we're gonna try to shoot them from afar. I think it's 4 that spawn here. Oh, I didn't split for that one. Ignore this bat. There's an invisible bridge here that will light up, and you can go up here, and you do need to pick up this item, which is the Lucky Blade. The Lucky Blade has a special property. It increases the gems that drop, like, at least in theory. What it really does is, like, it just increases the frames where the enemies drop higher gems by a little bit, so you still want to have it equipped because we're not going to use the critical sword anyways. So here is more ice, so you want to equip the mushroom shoes. There's another vampire layer right there. You want to shoot them from afar again. whenever you run out of gems, which is quite possible here, you do have to switch to the critical sword and, well, just try to swing at them if you can. So hopefully you don't have to do that, but it's a possibility, so there's that. So yeah, for this part, equip the mushroom shoes, do your thing, and then keep moving. Once you're done with this, you want to re-equip the power bracelet as soon as you get out of there, and keep moving to the left here. You want to wait a little bit until everything is spawned right here. Position yourself just right of the slime there. And when it stops popping up, shoot like crazy. Very nice. Okay, nice beginner strat here is to attract the 4 bats right here and then move back to the right. There's another invisible bridge here where you will spawn vampires down here, and if you shoot from afar, they will not really do anything to you. Good. Make sure to kill all the bats before you kill the vampires as well. This will save a couple of gems compared to doing both layers separately. But, yeah. If you do that, you can seal this layer, go back up, and then don't forget to seal this layer, and then you are already done with this area. Nice way back here. It's no fairy there. I mean, there is a fairy there, but whatever. So now that you have released this grandpa right here, you can move up here. This guy, if you don't pick up the lucky blade, he will stop you. You need the lucky blade in order to actually progress here, so make sure to pick it up, even if you think, I don't need extra gems. So you do want that lucky blade. Alright, so from here, we move up. There's going to be 4 slimes at the top here, so make sure to try to time it so that your magic shot hits all 4 of them. Will save you a little bit of trouble. If you don't kill everything, remember you can switch to the critical sword to swing at things, so... Alright, and we're moving through the last part here. Ignore those vampires on the right, don't get close to them. Move up these stairs. There's the purple vampires over there, we want to kill those. If you can, try to hit the tree at the same time so he doesn't bother you. There's going to be 4 in there, so we're gonna... Nice and easy, kill all 4 of these, and then activate this. And then we will have more red vampires down here. There's going to be 3. Boom, nice and easy. The snail gnome. Now that's a very important release, I'll talk about it a little bit. And we'll keep moving on. There's going to be 4 slimes spawning here. If you're low on gems, you can switch to the critical sword. And wait for the 4 slimes to spawn. There we go. And then just swing at it and do it. If you're not low on gems, just shoot 1 light arrow and it's done. A done deal. Don't forget to switch back to the lucky blade because of drops. Ignore this one and keep moving up. There's going to be 3 bats spawning here. Position yourself right below the lair. And then try to shoot the bats with magic. Okay, you want to try to maybe get rid of this guy. He's annoying. And then move to the left here. Now, we only really want to kill the bottom layer right here. And I suggest you try to do it with the light arrow magic to not get the vampire angry. 4. 5. 6. And then we go down. Let the red vampire spawn. Don't get close to them. Get rid of those. Okay, now for additional safety, I already pulled this guy down there, so I will need to kill them. You don't need to do this, but this is a safety strat. The top vampire here, I activated him, will lead you to a lair that is going back to the master. So for safety purposes, I'm going to show it off. Don't have to do this, but I recommend if you're uncomfortable with certain things, you go up here and kill this lair as well. Now this lair will spawn a couple bats. And we just shoot magic Try to pick up a couple gems, and there you go. You have the way back to the master. Moving on with the actual thing we have to do, though. We have to go right as well, kill these vampires. I believe there's 5 in here. Okay. Move down. Don't move down too far. There's going to be a couple vampires spawning there again. Just shoot them from afar, and then make sure to activate this. Now this will spawn 2 layers, or we spawn 2 layers in the middle here. There's going to be slimes that we want to kill. Oops. And yeah. Down with the first layer. Now there's going to be 8 bats spawning from the left layer. You want to get rid of those as well. Should be it, right? Oh. Okay, so these 2 layers, you don't have to activate them now, but I'm going to. This will release 2 grandmas. Again, very important. So you can do this after the boss fight or before the boss fight, it's your call. Remember, whenever you seal a layer, it will actually give you some HP back, so if you're low on HP, you might actually want to consider doing this. But yeah, with that, we got everything settled. Make sure to have the power bracelet equipped! And we're off to the next boss fight, Poseidon. Now, Poseidon is really easy. He starts in the middle here, just stay in his face. And dodge these fireballs. Very easy. Just like stay in the middle, stay in his face, he shoots. And then when the fireballs come out, just move down. Nice and easy. This will be a 4 cycle, it always is, so... There's really nothing you gotta worry about as long as those fireballs don't hit you, but they are easy enough to dodge, so... If you're low on HP, you can go back to the master thing you released, so if you're uncomfortable with that, make sure to do that, but yeah. That is Poseidon. Probably the easiest boss in the game, to be honest with you. Hail to the king. Alright, so, from here, what you would normally do, if you didn't release the Master's Node, you would probably just unequip your armor and Death Warp. Since we do have the Master's Node, if you want a Death Warp, go down here. There is a vampire down there that you can use to Death Warp. Very nice and quick. Since we don't have... or to do that, we're just going to save our gems right now. Be smart about it. And go back to the Mountain of Souls here. Now, unlike every other world, here you will actually have to go and talk to Gnome the Snail in order to get the next stone, which is very important. We don't want to go talk to the king quite yet. We just want to get our stone from Gnome right now, and then actually move on already. The king will become important later on, though. Remember that for later. Okay, so we got our stone, and we're now able to move on to the next world. And in World 5, which is Leo's laboratory, you got these amazing doors that we need to talk to. Alright. So this is probably the hardest part of the game. You want to move up like this, there's going to be these worms, just poke them. And they'll be toast. You can also try to kill them with magic if you want to. Like we're going to try for these guys. If you're uncomfortable with shooting magic, equip the critical sword and hit them like this. But you should be fine with magic, honestly. Especially if you get great drops like I just did. But yeah, in this world there's going to be a lot of metal enemies that we can't just kill with the critical or lucky blades. So what we have to do here is we have to seal this first layer and go back. And actually get this chest right here, which will have the Sentetsu sword, which will be able to cut through metal. And we will have to equip it in order to be able to hit the metal enemies. Now, this is where it gets interesting, and this is where it gets hard. So I'm gonna try to do this a little bit slower than I normally would. I'm gonna actually kill these worms first. Do it with magic or with the sword, whatever you feel comfortable with. Now, these helicopters are metal, so make sure to just poke them. These things, whenever you get close, they will poke at you, and they will do a ton of damage. So what you want to be doing here is be very careful and try to get rid of them. In a, optimized speedrun, you just run through here and immediately get to the helicopters. But I suggest you kill all these enemies, get rid of them, and then kill the helicopters that way. Yeah, with the helicopters, you want to try to poke like this. I'm gonna be able to show it with these ones again. Alright, and now you're going to be releasing some worms here. Again, what you can try to do is shoot a little bit of magic. If you release this layer, just stand still. There's no need to do anything crazy. And then you can move on. Now for this one, very important, position yourself like this. And these mice, you want to follow them and kill them. If you miss one of them, it's going to be a very bad time for you. Alright. Good stuff. That's the first screen. Right there and then. Okay, so moving on here. There is this fire right here, you see that? And remember, in World 2, that's why I recommend getting the ice armor in World 2. We did pick up the ice armor, and the ice armor actually works for this fire right here, so you can move on over it without taking damage, and I recommend you do that. Don't forget to switch back to the magic armor, though. Okay, so this guy followed me, so I'm gonna just, get rid of him so we don't get into trouble. Now you can already see down here, these guys are back. So make sure to slowly approach them and not do anything reckless. These guys will do a ton of damage, so you want to make sure to kill them before they can hit you. You don't actually need this layer right here, so keep it open. Okay, so very important. Moving down here, this is the most important layer down here. It's gonna open up a passageway, so nothing really crazy, but the layer that is coming up will have mice in it, and you want to be moving very specifically in order to make sure that you can kill them. So what you want to do is move down until the layer spawns the mice, and then immediately move back up. Position yourself right below this, and then follow the mice when he turns around the corner. It looks relatively easy, but it's not that easy to do. And there you go. Alright, there you are. So again, this layer is not important. If you are low on HP, you might want to step onto it. I'm gonna do it for demonstration, because if you're low on HP, you get some HP back here, which is really nice. You don't need to seal this layer at all, but, it's a nice little thing that you can do. Additionally, if you miss a mouse that you were supposed to kill, you can step on this layer and reset the mouse layer, so you get another chance at killing them quickly. If you miss one of them, they will move up here. So what you can do is, you can wait for them right here. I would probably recommend right here in the corner, and they will come back this way, and you can kill them right here. Probably should stand like this, just to make sure that you can actually continually damage them, but yeah, that's one way to back that up. Very, very important. Alright, let's keep moving. Don't get hit by these guys. Very, very important as well. Now here, it looks like you have to move through these guys. You can, if you want to. But another thing you can try to do is bait them and then try to kill them this way. If you're absolutely uncertain, we're just gonna keep moving now, because, again, another instance of you can just move through them or do this. We have the ice armor up here for this part. And then we want to switch back to the magic armor. There's more helicopters. Try to get in there on the bridge here, because then they will follow you and you can get rid of them nice and easy. Oops, don't get hit too much. The trick is you still have a medical herb here. If you get hit a lot, you can fall back on this one, but try to not do that. Is my suggestion. This area is as hard as it is. Alright, so after sealing this one, we get to move up. There's more helicopters here. For simplicity's sake, we're just gonna try to get rid of these ones as well. You don't need to seal their lair, but they are a bit annoying, so we're gonna try to be getting rid of those as well. These cleaning robots you can kill with magic, remember that? Okay, you can also get rid of these guys already. Then position yourself right here, wait for these guys to die. Move up and left. Now you wait here, there's mice here, and you want to kill these mice. Okay, good. Okay. If you miss one mouse, you can, again, if you miss them, reset the mouse layer by stepping onto this layer. And then just step back here, and then try again with the mice. If you miss one again, well, you gotta wait for them to return. That sucks, but it can happen. Alright, to go over here, again, you can equip the ice armor. Oop. Go back here. Now, one hot pro tip, if you have gems left over, all you need to do is seal the bottom left layer here. You don't want to walk up until this happens. So what you want to try to do is kill it with magic as soon as they appear. And try to actually just... There you go. Don't want to have the helicopter spawn and all that. Now you can death warp here. If you do like your gem count and you're absolutely desperate, what you can try to do is you can kill the helicopters. It's not really necessary, but I'm gonna do it just to show you. This layer, by the way, just useless. Yeah, you can create a way here. If you like your gems, you can preserve them by going through here. You're done in this area now. This is the hardest part of the game, so... Oops, cheers to you. You did it. Alright, so what we effectively did there is we released a model town where we want to go to right now. Before going into the model town, we want to actually equip the Lucky Blade. You should be level 15 by now, and that enables you to swing the Lucky Blade. We don't actually need the Zentetsu sword for the model town, so let's quickly move here and enter the model town. The model town has a lot of very small enemies that are very, very annoying. So the first thing you want to do right here is stand right here and then swing at the guys that are going to come at you. You also want to kill the archers with magic here, because the archers are really, really annoying. But this is the layer you need to focus on. Kill this guy, he's annoying, but yeah, then keep moving on to the north here. Position yourself right, left of the grass. You can move down a slight little bit. Alrighty. Nice and easy. Gotta keep moving. Okay, so there's going to be archers down here. Make sure to shoot these guys with magic. Kill this guy. You can do this by positioning your soul perfectly. You can do this in 2 magic shots. And then you spawn invisible enemies here. Now, only thing you have to do is like walk next to this layer, kill the catapult, and then be done with it. Very, very easy. Even though you can't see the catapult, you just go basically a tile above it and then slash it. It's nice and easy. There's an archer to the left there. You want to kill it with magic. You want to kill these guys with magic as well. You didn't quite die. There's one more up there. And make sure to position yourself in a way where you spawn the chest knights down there, as well as the enemies I'm currently disposing of. And once the last chest knight has... one more. Once the last chest knight has reached you, you can just slash them from above. You can also shoot magic, but magic makes the game lag slightly, so you might want to hold on that. If you are really, really, really low on gems, you can pick up 50 gems here, but it's absolutely not necessary, probably ever, so there's that. But yeah, that's everything you need to do in the first one, and with that we get to jump immediately in the second one, the most complicated model town of all time. So you gotta go left, and you gotta go up, and you gotta go right, and you gotta go down, and then you're here. Now this looks like there's no enemies here on the right. On the right there is actually a bunch of catapults though. So the first thing you want to do is you want to shoot magic right here. You already got rid of the one at the top and the one at the bottom, as you can see. Now the next thing you want to do is you want to move in slightly, go up here, and on this line right here there is more catapults. So you want to get rid of them like this. So you can see there's one more there, one more there. And yeah, the same goes for the bottom route here. Do that, and that's everything. Those are the 6 catapults you need to kill. So to sum it up, I mean, ideally what you do is you position your soul like right at the top right here, and shoot from there, killing effectively 4 catapults at the same time, and then do the same for down here. But yeah, this is probably the most difficult thing for people that are blind on the game. The good news is in Stinger's notes that I'm going to link in the description of this highlight eventually, there is a screenshot of where they are, so that you don't get confused. But that's everything we need to do here, except, well, there's invisible enemies here, and you just run in their face and die. Yay. So you should have reached level 16 by now as well, which will enable you to swing the Santessa sword. Don't forget after death warps, you want to re-equip your armor, as always, and keep moving, if I could. This already brings us to the last part of World 5, which is relatively short, actually, for what it is. But yeah, first things first, we need to get rid of these worms here. Okay, you got a time moving through these. Obviously, there's a chest here. This is technically optional, but you definitely want this. This is the light armor, and the light armor increases your defense by a huge amount. Get rid of this guy, make the robot spawn. There's 2 robots here. Okay, so if you're not confident, again, you can just switch to the ice armor. I just took damage for no reason, but hey, I don't really care. Okay, just keep moving. There's nothing of interest here. Again, you got a time walking through this thing. It's not too difficult. If this guy gets annoying, just kill him. You can swing now. And then we have a lair down here. We do want to actually kill this guy. Make sure to pick up any gem you can. Okay, got rid of those guys. That will open up a portal to the master. Now, if you did take some damage, I recommend you enter and move out again, just to have full HP is the nice safety for the next boss. The next boss is going to be relatively simple, but there's 2 requirements for that to be the case. One is full HP, and the other one is moving properly, as with all bosses. So, again, as with every boss I've talked about so far, except for Poseidon, because he is actually free, try to move just as I do. So what we're going to do here, we're going to enter and hold R, and then move to the side, try to damage him. Once he shoots the rocket, you turn around, and then just try to walk slightly down until you reach the bottom, and he will die. Very nice and easy. You can't actually die if you are full HP. Like, it's not possible, so... Unless you literally stand in the fireballs, which I hope you don't. Don't do that. It's not good for you. But yeah, that's World 5 already. Nice and easy. We gotta go get our stone, of course. That is why we released a lot of stairs earlier, so we can actually go all the way up. And that's that. Buffy, thank you for the resub! Thank you! Alright, so Mary the Doll here will give us our stone for this world. And once we got that one, we can move on to World 6, which is Magrette's Castle. Okay, so Magrette's Castle. First thing we need to do. There is nothing here, so we want to immediately go to the basement on the left here. Just walk down the stairs and go up. Try to crab walk, probably a good idea. Get past these skeletons now. One very important thing right here before you don't want the skeletons to follow you, obviously, but this next part you want to move exactly as I do. Right here. You saw that there's ghost spawned in the bottom left. If you don't move perfectly at the wall here, that ghost will follow you. And that ghost will kill you, I swear. So try to not dilly-dally here and move exactly along the wall. Then we need to get the spirit sword here. There's also, very, very important, a harp string right there. So first thing we want to do is equip the spirit sword and keep moving. If the ghost followed you, you would notice by now. Kill the ghost before you move down. Exclamation point. That ghost will not be stopping for anything. So, speaking of ghosts, we have these amazing ghosts right here. These ghosts randomly teleport and stuff. A very safe method of killing them is what I'm doing right here. Just stand there and wait until they kill themselves. That's why we picked up the spirit sword right now. They will that will obviously hit the ghosts. So, a nice little trick you can do. I will demonstrate. You can swing the sword when you have the Sentetsu sword equipped, and if you then switch to the spirit sword, it will actually, boom, do swing damage to the ghost. So, that is something you can do for your first swing. But yeah, generally speaking, these ghosts deal a ton of damage, so you want to be especially careful right there. Move through the snake, and then, you know, you're just done. For this part, we want to switch to the Sentetsu sword, go up this column, walk this way, activate the skeleton, kill it, same here, gonna take damage once, that's fine. And then go to this pillar, re-equip the spirit sword, and just go straight down. And then position yourself right here, and you should be perfectly fine. Just wait until the ghosts kill themselves. Now, if you're daring it, you can just like move left and right and, you know, try to maximize your damage. But for a beginner, I just suggest do what I did. These ghosts are terrible, terrifying, and the worst thing in this game, probably. So, I highly recommend approaching them with utmost care. Just move up here, and then you want to move left here, crab walking, to get a hidden chest with a strange bottle. Keep moving down here, get damaged. And then pick up this chest with a medical herb. If you used your medical herb earlier, this is another point in the game where you can actually stock up on it. So that's the next part of the basement. Now, we gotta keep moving here. To the right is a hidden passage right here. In the second pillar, you want to move up, and then move right, and you can see in the top right is the lair. You want to move down a little bit, go here. Now, if you are low on magic, which I am right now, consider switching to the magic armor. And shoot these balls from afar. Okay, once you're done, switch back to the light armor so you don't take a lot of damage, and keep moving. Okay, there's going to be more layers up here. So this is a bit of an advanced technique right now that I'm going to use, but if you walk left, you can see that my soul is going left as well. Now, when you do that and then hit up at the same time, the soul will go up left without you actually moving up. And from there, you can actually shoot magic in order to kill these balls. And if you kill 2 of them, that will actually be sufficient to seal everything here. Okay, so far so good. We will keep moving on. If you absolutely want to, there's 2 layers here that you can seal, which go... Well, I'm actually going to do it just for demonstration's sake. Why not? This is definitely something you shouldn't be doing, honestly, but yeah, I mean, I guess. Oh, right here? Right here. Yeah, this is something you shouldn't be doing, honestly. But this will bring us away back to the master. This is just for demonstration's sake. If you actually... You're supposed to be death warping at the end here, but yeah, you can see why. But if you like your gems and your items, then there you go. There is a portal to the master. Alright. Activate all the skeletons here. Get that sweet level 18. And then from here, you can hug the pillar, go to the next pillar, right of it, and then down. Don't forget to... we can employ the tech again. There you go. Just wait until they kill themselves. Nice and easy. Again, if you're daring, you can try to move left and right whenever they go and stuff like that, but be careful about your damage. Additionally, they will also change their movement pattern slightly if you do that. Alright, there you go. We have to release the soldier, and then we are supposed to be death warping. If you are death warping, there's a ball down here. You want to unequip your armor, equip the strange bottle to keep your gems, and then you run down and they get killed by the ball. Since I did actually go through the trouble and release the thing over here, I'm gonna use it, so that's another way to get back. Okie dokie. So now that we've released everything from this point, you can move all the way south and then left. And then you'll find this house here where you release the musician. And this is why you needed to pick up the harp string, which is over here. You can give the harp string to this guy, and this will actually advance the story for you. You need to equip it too, otherwise it won't work. Okay, so once he starts playing his music, this guy will move and you will find a card. This card is needed to get into the left tower of this area. This is the platinum card. You want to equip it, move up, and then talk to this guy so he will let you through. Before you enter, make sure to re-equip the power bracelet, and then go in. Now what you want to do here is position yourself, also equip this synthesis sword so you can swing it, but position yourself right here so you can swing at the soldier. Try to not go outside while doing this, it's a bit difficult to do that. But yeah, okay. Just keep swinging at these soldiers. If you're very confident with what you're doing, the reason you're using the strange bottle and you want to maintain your gems is you can shoot these guys from afar. As you can see, boom, you can already damage them. If you're comfortable doing that, do it. The most important thing is this part right here. You can preemptively kill all of these. I would recommend you try to at least do that. That's 2 magic shots, so 16 gems. But other than that, you're probably fine by just killing enemies in the grand scheme of things, honestly. But yeah, that will enable us to walk down here. And you want to be careful with these things. These guys do a lot of damage. Sometimes you just gotta take it, but, you know, once you're through there, you're done. So there's going to be soldiers on the right here. You just want to position yourself about here, and then wait for them so you can actually kill them. Now, this next part you need to do in one fluid motion. So what you want to do is look up, and then crab walk over here. Walk to the side, go down, and then position yourselves one left, one down to this guy. Try picking up gems as well. Not too bad. There's going to be 4 enemies here, and there you go. Okay, and once you're done with that, you just keep moving up here. Go left, down. Since we are level 19, you're not supposed to be 19 yet. I'm just killing a lot of additional stuff. On level 19, you can start swinging the Spirit Sword, so you want to actually keep having this equipped. Okay, so look to the left and crab walk. There's these dudes first. And then you want to kill the red guys just like that as well, which will release all 4 of these layers. Now, you do need to seal all of these. And you might think, hey, it's fastest to do these 2 first, then go down here and then do that one. The key to this one is you want to seal this one first. The reason being, it will release Dr. Leo, and he will talk a lot less if you release him ahead of the other soldiers. So this will just take like about 5 seconds, whereas if you have the soldier release, this will take about 15 seconds. So this is quite a crucial time save, even though you have to do more walking. There's the other soldier, then you do the right layer, and then you can release the fairy. I also didn't split on the castle basement, but yeah, whatever. I'm not used to that. And this will release the right tower, which is the final area of World 6. Alright. We're gonna release the ferry here, and this is another ferry that will take us back to town. It's the second one we use all run. Just make sure to not mash through it. Again, recommending using Y for that. Alright, and that will put us back in the middle of the town. You just walk down a little bit and then go to the right. We did also release the queen here, and you gotta tell her she's pretty. And then she gives you a gift, which, in fact, is actually the VIP card, which will enable us to go into this tower right here. Okay, don't forget, once you get access, re-equip the power bracelet, and then keep moving. What you want to do here is you want to try to be, like, on this height, roughly. Shoot, well. Just move past these guys. If you have magic, you can just shoot these guys really nice and easy. If not, just swing at them. Position yourself right here. You can swing at these purple soldiers, no problemo. Once you seal the next layer, you have to move really quickly to position yourself right here so you can kill these boomerang knights nice and easy. Oops, there's one more. And then, again, move nice and quickly to kill these 2. And then 4 of these guys are going to spawn. If you can, try to shoot magic, I guess, and get rid of them. Just try to not get hit by them. If you get hit by fireballs, that's fine. Just try to not get hit by the enemies. That is the most important thing. Okay. Once you seal that layer, there's a hidden passage here that you need to use, and then you can move on. Oops. Oh, that's smart. Okie dokie. Let's keep moving. Move down here. You can kill this guy if he annoys you. Then, if you go 2 to the left here and move down, this guy will jump left, and you can avoid running through him or having to kill him. Alright, so this is another very interesting part. What you can try to do here is line your soul up in a way where you can shoot, oops, magic, and hit both of them at the same time. Okay, get one magic shot. And then we can activate the layer here and go into the longest cutscene of the game. This is going to be a 2-minute cutscene, so enjoy that. Also didn't split for this guy again. So just keep mashing and keep your faith. Ah. It's the Queen after all. You destroyed the world. Shut up, wimp. Defeat him. Poor soldier, man. You're dirtier than evil. As you said, I made a machine to call Death Toll. So this is where the plot thickens, if you will. If you didn't release a lot like we do in a speedrun, you don't quite understand what's going on. I recommend playing through this game casually, though, and reading all the dialogue. It's pretty cool. I bet the translation might not be the best, you know, but it's still fun. It's still good fun. Okay, so Leo will whisper that you will need to stay behind him and give you a key. This is the only action you need to take during this cutscene, and then Leo is gonna, you know, do a thing. Better than Breath of Fire 2? It sure is. Alright, so we got the key to the airship, and before you can activate the airship, you will need to equip the key. And that's of course what we're going to do now. This will enter us into our next boss fight, which is the Demon Bird, and there is a very nice and easy way to get rid of the Demon Bird. You are entering the fight, you want to hold down right now. Hold down, and once you hit the bottom, go into your menu. Re-equip the power bracelet. Now, you see the bird on the left screen there, he's moving up. Whenever he hits the edge of the screen, he will stop his movement and decide on what to do. What you want to do is you see the two buttons left and right to me. So on whichever side you is, you want to move towards that side right here. And then once the bird hits the edge of the screen, you want to start moving up with a crab walk. Oh, good. So you can either decide to dive or just keep doing this. This is ideal because you can obviously damage him. Stay up. Oh my god, of course. I kind of want to demonstrate dives, though. Well, no dives, I guess. Rip. So, hold on. Before we move on, so, when you're here and moving up, there's a chance that he dives down from the top left to the bottom right. Once you're past him, when he did that, he will move back up to the edge of the screen. So what you need to do is you need to actually move down back against this, go to the other side where he is now, and do it all over again. This will ensure, though, that you don't get hit by his dives. He actually hits like a truck, so yeah. What I got there was actually the ideal RNG pattern. Whenever he does that, you want to kind of like move up and down, like with Solid Arm, and like kind of, you know, deal damage to him, you know, progressively. If you feel uncomfortable with your health, if you get hit a lot, make sure to have this a medical herb set. You shouldn't really need one, but it's a nice safety, and you know, once the fight is done, you can release the lair right here. Okay, and that about closes out World 6. We just have to do some story triggers, and then we can move on to World 7. You just have to go next to the steering wheel again. Oh yeah, we also need to go through some very funny dialogue. Again, I recommend meshing with Y, because that will not enable you to talk to her again. You're going to fight Death Toll. Please leave while my back is turned. Goodbye, stranger that I broke into house. Okay, so a couple of things we need to do here before we move on to World 7. We gotta get our stone, obviously, and the most important thing that you absolutely want to do and never forget is you want to move back where the queen was, in this spot here. You will find the invulnerable bracelet, or the super bracelet, which, the power bracelet, again, it doubles your attack power. The super bracelet, not only does it double your attack power, it will also double your defense, which is huge for the last part of the game. So you do not want to forget that. And once you got that, you can go to King Magritte and talk to him, and he will give you the last stone. Again, mesh with Y, so, you know, don't trigger additional dialogue again. Probably coming in at about 2:30 here, which is pretty nice, considering I talked about everything very thoroughly. Okay, so once we did that, we can move on to the World of Evil and, or World 7, or... Since we have all stones, we will actually get access. But you need the Phoenix help to defeat Death Toll. When the Phoenix joins you, Palace of Death Toll will appear. Alright, let's go get the 3 symbols. So, first of all, basically from the start here, just move north and you will spawn these flies. These flies, just position yourself like I did, and you will kill these 2 that will open up the lair. And you just want to keep looking down moving forward. That fly will follow you, but that's part of the plan. He will follow you. Keep following me. To this place there where you can kill him. And you can keep moving this way. Wanna huck the right wall here, and move a little bit further down than you would normally do. And then you can move up and trigger this. If you're at the edge here, the flies will actually fly right where you want them to be. If you're uncertain about taking damage, well, you can kill these guys. And then you want to switch directions, trigger the next flies. Should get a level up here. And very important step on that lair. It's gonna lead somewhere very, very important. Now up here, what you want to do, what you can do is just like get rid of this guy preemptively, but these 3, you need to kill them, so you need 3 shots of magic right here. If you miss one, that's fine. If you run out of gems, at the bottom right corner, if you swing up, you will be able to hit all of them. This guy on the right here, you probably would have to do it from here, but yeah, for the this guy right here and this guy right here, you can back up like that. And that will open a passageway right there. You want to move very quickly here too, because there's fire spawning down there. And then you can keep moving on. Remember, I have the super bracelet equipped, so I can't actually do that because I take half damage. Keep moving, don't really pay attention to how much damage you take. Open this chest for the soul armor. Now this is where you want to equip the soul armor. Most powerful armor in the game, and definitely necessary for the next area here. Now, notice my HP got really low here, so we want to equip our medical herb that we saved up for just this occasion, and make sure that we use it properly. Just gonna keep moving now. Now, there's going to be a fly spawning here, just mash, and you'll be able to get rid of it. Keep moving. It's the 3rd one. Number 4. Number 5. Now, you can learn number 6 to the right for more optimal strats, but if you just kill it, that's fine, like this. Now we want to go right here. Don't try to not take too much damage, I guess, if you're uncertain about everything. And this is where we get the final weapon, the Soul Blade. We want to equip it really quickly because the Soul Blade can kill these plates. They give a good chunk of XP. Once we're done with that, we want to go back to the Spirit Sword and move to the upper right here. It's going to be more of these bulls that we need to kill. Nice level up. And that's already the World of Evil. Now don't forget to go to the left here, because there is a chest here that you absolutely want to have with the red hot ball. Don't forget this. But that's the World of Evil. That's everything you need to do for now. Our goal now is that we get the last items for the Phoenix we haven't gotten yet, and those are in World 2 and 3. So first of all, we want to go back to World 2 and go to the right here. We want to equip the Soul Blade again, and if you remember the suns from earlier, if you poke them with the Soul Blade, they die really quickly. There is one here, there's one up here, and then down here, there is another one. There you go. And once you killed that one, you can walk all the way back to where you came from. And on the left side of the portal that you used to get here, there's 2 more, so you want to get rid of those as well. And that will enable you to seal this layer, which will release a bird! And this bird will have the second of the red hot items for us. Okay, so this bird, it's a very special bird. Whenever you get close to him, he will fly away, so you can't actually talk to him. What you're supposed to do is, and I recommend you do it just like this, if you're behind him, he will not see you, and then you can rush down and match dialogue and he will not see you. You don't want to get too close too fast, or else... I mean, I can demonstrate it really quickly. If you're like too close here, he will still fly away, so yeah. Don't want to do that. But yeah, we got the next red hot item. So we're ready to get our last one, which will hide in World 3. So for this one, we need to move back to Durian, actually. And we don't actually want to equip the bubble armor. We do want to set up a death warp for this one. Although I'm not quite sure on how I want to do that, but yeah. If you can run through enemies, taking more damage is always good. Okay, and we're back here. Remember the metal monkeys. These ones. So what you can do is just stand in them and get damaged. And they will be releasing one mermaid, and she has the last red hot item that we need. So normally, if you haven't used the mermaid tears, you could actually go onto the lava and death warp from there. What we're gonna have to do is we're gonna actually have to go down here and get suffocated, which, you know, it's another way, I guess. Alright. That saves quite the amount of time over walking back, though, so you definitely want to do this. Okay, now all we have to do is talk to the mermaid. And then go back into the portal. Now, one final thing before we can face off against the final boss is we do actually need to get the Phoenix, and where do we do that? Of course, at the Mountain of Souls. Now, remember the king that I released earlier? This is the time where the king becomes important. So we're gonna move to the king over here. And first of all, he will thank us for saving him. And then the second part of the dialogue is where he actually will give us Phoenix. The little quirk is, if you didn't release the Grandmas, you will not get the Phoenix, so that's why I pointed out that those two layers are actually really, really important. But yeah, just keep mashing through this dialogue, and eventually he'll give you the Phoenix. And we, of course, also get the Dancing Grandmas. So in order to use the Phoenix, by the way, you have to have the Soul Blade and Soul Armor equipped. Since that's the best things you can equip anyways, you should have that equipped anyways, but yeah. Once you get Phoenix, Death Toll's Palace appears, actually. Now the thing with Phoenix is, though, you need to be able to swing the Soul Blades, which you need level 24 for. We are just level 22 right now, so we will have to do some level grinding. Please come back alive. Will do, will do. We have everything, yeah, we have everything equipped. Okay. So now, back to the World of Evil. In order to do our level grinding, the magic number here is 420,000 experience. And the best way of farming experience right now is killing the squares that are flying around in the World of Evil here. So we want to use the teleporter to get to the final boss here. And from here, we want to start killing these guys, because they give 4k, and it's quite a significant number. Now you want to move down here, there's 3 of these right here. Want to pick up a couple of gems just to be safe, and then use this teleporter to respawn them very quickly in succession. Now what you want to do here is kill the first 2. Oh, that was my D-pad. Kill the first 2, then move up to this one, kill that one, and move on. And so on and so forth. So we're gonna farm a little bit here until we actually reach level 24. Again, 420,000 experience. So for the last thing, once you reach 396,000 experience, you can actually start moving towards the final boss. I'll demonstrate in a second. 2 more kills. And once you reach that number, you have 6 more kills on your way here. And you'll reach level 24. And that will enable us to go to the final boss of the game. Now, double check your items, the Soul Blade, the Soul Armor, not quite equipped Phoenix yet, Super Bracelet, and let's keep moving. If you are really afraid, go get your Medical Herb from World 1. First part of the final boss, you just move up, he will spawn, swing your sword, and then look where he teleports. And then keep swinging. There you go. Once he dies, you can equip the Phoenix magic. Mash this dialogue with Y. And that will enable us to go to the actual final boss of the game. Now, the way this final boss works, he spawns 4 blue flames. You have to poke them in order to kill them. They will always drop gems of 5. So if you're short on gems, make sure to pick up gems from those blue flames. Once you kill the last blue flame, he will actually become vulnerable for a short amount of time. So what you want to do then is go here and start shooting the Phoenix at him. I did it a little bit slowly there. Let's do it in a little bit faster. Once you kill it, shoot. You only really need to shoot 5 Phoenix at a time onto him. That will already deal the maximum amount of damage. You'll notice when he shoots lasers and everything at the same time, when you shoot Phoenix at the same time, it will lag the game, so you want to kind of time it in a way where the final boss will not do that. At the same time, as you can see, I saved a lot of lag there. Don't spawn there! And yeah, you just gotta figure out your safe spots here. Wow, this is actually an atrocious pattern. Thanks, game. Yeah. hot, dude, really? Overshooting my phoenixes there, but it's fine. Oh my god, this game. And that's it. That's time right there once he starts exploding. Every phoenix shot, as you can see, takes 2 gems, but yeah, once you pick up a couple gems, you don't really have to worry about that. But that's pretty much Soul Blazer. I'm surprised that was that fast because I talked about everything, but yeah, the game is really simple, so actually I should probably not be surprised about that. But yeah, and once you're past this, no more inputs, you get the ending. Well, there is more inputs in the ending, but that's it! If you have any questions in chat, feel free to ask. If you need an explanation to something specifically, I might make sure to actually do that. It's kind of nice too, because I paused the first part of the tutorial at 110 exactly, so this worked out kind of nicely lengthwise, but yeah. That was pretty good. Yeah, I hope this will help a couple people that are interested in picking up the game as well. And I've been talking for 2 hours, so I'm gonna grab more coffee. I'll be back in a sec, guys.